3, 2, 1.
If you're anything like me, you're in the early stages of your upcoming winter arc. The game plan generally starts maybe with getting a bit fluffy in order to put on some size and increase your lifts, or maybe locking in with your diet in order to finally lean out and improve your body composition. Also, if you're anything like me, you keep telling yourself that this is going to be the year that everything finally goes to plan. Spoiler alert, it probably won't. But putting that aside for a moment, what exactly is the plan in the first place? What's the starting point for this winter arc? And how do you really know when it's over? What is the end point, aside from winter literally ending? Well, today I really want to discuss how you can go about effectively creating a plan in order to assure your own success with a relative degree of certainty. Things can always go wrong, but having a strategized plan with set goals in mind is ultimately going to help you the most during this winter arc. Okay, first things first, where are you at in your lifting? Have you been slacking recently? Are you weak and not training? Are you strong but not really focusing on the Olympic lifts? Have you not stepped foot in the gym because of a nagging injury that dragged you away from your training? These are all first critical questions that you need to ask yourself before you begin this training, because they're going to be the questions that ultimately determine what the focus is for your training. Ultimately, if you're going into what you plan to be the biggest and most successful training block of your entire life without a real set plan, going completely blind, you're not exactly going to have a ton of success. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's probably true. And this is a good time to mention that it might even take some time in the gym to really establish the answer to these questions. Especially if you've been out of the gym for a certain period of time, you might not be immediately in tune with what exactly your current weaknesses or strengths are. This is something that I've personally experienced in the multiple times that I've started to get back into the swing of the gym. And it's also something that Dozer Weightlifting talked about when he was attempting to get back into training, building up to his Operation 360 total. So here's something he said about it when he was getting back into that training.
The first month I get back into the gym is me getting accustomed to training again. So I'm not targeting anything when I get into the gym. Like, I'm not coming in here being like, all right, I need to get a really strong strength base. I need to get my technique dialed in. I'm not thinking of any of that shit. What I'm thinking of is getting in the gym, doing both lifts pretty much every time I get in here, doing a squat and leaving, and doing that multiple times a week, building up a routine, building some good habits. Then once I have those habits set in stone, then we can get a little more specific. But a lot of people will try to get into the gym, get super specific with shit that's probably going to bore them, and try to force these things when they don't even have any structure in their lives to make this happen.
Okay, so once you've established what you need to improve on first, let's go to the opposite end and pick an endpoint. What is it that you ultimately want to accomplish during this period of time? If you don't properly determine this, then you can't really have any sense of direction for your lifting and your training. For example, if you decide that you really want to add 10 kilos to your clean and jerk, and you arbitrarily pick a program you find online that's really more geared towards improving the snatch, or even something like a bodybuilding program that you happen to be planning your weightlifting around, you're really not going to have the success that you want. Even if you do have great success, it's not going to be the success that you were hoping for in the first place. Your training needs to be specific and goal-oriented towards the things that you want to achieve. Otherwise, you're just going to be senselessly training for something that you're not all that serious or really passionate about. You're just going to be spinning your wheels in the mud. Even if you do see improvement, let's say you put 10 kilos onto your bench press. If your goal was to increase your clean and jerk by 10 kilos, then are you really going to feel fulfilled by that achievement? Maybe to some extent, but odds are probably not. So to wrap up that point, whether you're writing your own training, following a purchase program, or most ideally, receiving actual coaching one-on-one that dictates your training, you need to be highly specific about what it is that you really want to get out of your own training. That way you can feel really happy and fulfilled about the training that you're doing, and that'll further motivate you because you're seeing loads and loads of progress in a very, very specific direction. For my next point, Getting sick and or injured throughout the winter season almost feels like an inevitability. Kind of seems like training is a cycle that goes as follows. You get to rhythm with your training, you're seeing the progress that you wanted, and you're finally really starting to lock in. Then all of a sudden you wake up with a sore throat and an achy body that leaves you stuck out of the gym for days while losing weight because of your lack of appetite or inability to hold things down. If not that, then you'll suddenly get a severe pain in your shoulder, elbow, or knee that leaves you unable to actually do the Olympic lifts or any of your strength and accessory work. And if you really try to claim that you haven't experienced one of these things before, you're either just blatantly lying for no reason or you haven't been training for very long. But taking steps to ensure that you can remain healthy is critical to keeping this progress going. Getting proper sleep, continuing to include the nutrient-dense food your body needs throughout the intense training, even when it becomes inconvenient for you. These are non-negotiable things. Continuing to warm up properly, doing the necessary prehab and potential rehab on any areas that need it before issues begin to crop up are going to be critical as the load on the bar and your body begin to build. So as long as you're taking these basic steps with very great consistency, you'll see, or rather continue to see, the progress that you want within your training. Okay, so finally, surround yourself with reminders of why you actually want the goals that you do. Throughout the holiday season, especially traveling for trips, see family, being surrounded by treats, fatty meals, and liquor during holiday celebrations. Listen, I get it's really easy to fall off track as you spend less time in the gym, less time getting the rest that you need, and despite consuming thousands of calories, still not getting the nutrients that you need to see progress. This is why so many people end up in that prior mentioned cycle of injury and illness that I mentioned before, and it can be really tough to break out of. You get stuck, and the next thing you know, you come out of winter with the exact same or even worse lifts, nagging injury pain, and a belly that's a bit softer than you remember it being. And I don't say this at all to be rude. This is coming from a place of personal experience. But this doesn't have to be the way it is. You can have the success you so badly desire, but you really have to focus on keeping the mindset that if nothing changes, nothing changes. This quote-unquote winter arc is a really great opportunity to focus in on the things that matter to you and your fitness endeavors as well as life. But oftentimes, once it begins, people entirely lose sight of what they wanted just a short time ago. It's easy to think about a winter arc when it's something in the distant future, but when it's really your present reality and you're living your day-to-day life, it can become very easy to quickly lose sight. So do whatever it takes, writing yourself little reminders, removing unhealthy things from your space in your life to avoid that toxicity, and falling back on former, more destructive habits that aren't congruent with the goals that you want. It could be something as simple as just setting a new lock screen with a photo that reminds you of what you want and motivates you. And most of all, more so than removing negativity, is surrounding yourself with all the things that inspire you and make you want to be a better version of yourself. It's the bigger things, the people you love, the activities you enjoy, not just in the weight room, but outside, the hobbies you have, the shows that help to relax you, the food that makes you feel full and nourished and ready to go for your training in life. This is what you need to be everything you want to be this winter. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you were able to take something away. I hope this winter is going to be something good and special for you, something that maybe hasn't been in the past, or building upon a previously good winter or good previous training. Even in life in general, I hope everything's going great for you and continues to trend in the right direction or starts to turn in your favor. But again, that's all for me. Please subscribe if you haven't. Most of the people watching this content aren't actually subscribed, so if you wouldn't mind, just click that button. But thank you so much. Take care. Have a great day. Thank you.